Like I paid for 12 water meters and 12 sewers, and I have the things, the papers showing that I paid for the 12 sewers and the 12 water meters. And if anybody has any question about that, I'd be glad to take them up there on the property and show them the papers and show them the addresses and show them the lots and show them that I have never received a number of them. I have received some of them, but not all of them. I even paid for 5 of them on Waugh Drive, of which I already had at the time, but I had to pay for the sewers. I mean, I had to pay for the water, even though I already had the sewers. And I had to pay for the sewers again, $4,000 for a sewer hookup, something I already had. But I had to pay for it in order to get a water meter, which I'd been requesting before, to even put in. But I'd be glad to show that to anybody that would like to come by and see it.
Tina, have we been doing this before? With him? Same thing? And we have answered the question?
No,
Okay.
no, it has never been settled.
Okay.
It has never been settled.
It was settled in the court deal?
No, the
Okay.
court was never settled.
Well, we talked about this before. You have 2 sewers and 1 water.
No, I have more than that left.
We're not going to argue about it. We've been through court over all that mess.
No, we have not been to court over that. It has not been settled in court. This whole thing has not been settled.
Okay.
It has not been settled.
Then you take it up with your lawyer and we'll take it up with our lawyer.
Well, go ahead and take it up with your lawyer. Go ahead and
Okay.
take it up with your lawyer, whatever. It has not been settled. I paid $60,600 for 12 water meters and 12 sewers, of which 5 of them I already had, but I had to pay it again so I could get my water meters. But and I have not received them. What about over on Vine Street? I paid for a water meter and a sewer on Vine Street, of which I have never received. I was paid for it back in 2006, and it has never been installed. You told me I had to have it engineered. I went and got an engineer. We drew it all up. He said it was approved, but it's never been installed. Can you tell me why it hasn't been installed? Will anybody answer that question? I paid for something that I have never received, and it has not been settled. And I'm asking you for an answer. Can you tell me why? It has not been settled in court. No, it has not been settled in court.
Okay, then if it ain't, you talk to your lawyer and we'll talk to our lawyer. That's
it has not been settled in court.
You talk to your lawyer and we'll talk to our lawyer about the situation, okay?
No, I'm asking you right now. Just give me an answer.
I'm not answering you.
You're not going to answer why you took my money, but you won't give me what I paid for? I wrote a check for $60,600 in April of 2006. Do you remember getting that? Do you acknowledge the fact that you did get it?
You have 1 water, 2 sewers left. If you bring your receipts
No, I have more than that.
Additional ones besides the ones that we have record of, but you hooked
Well,
some
you don't have records of it? Well, I paid bills.
You hooked them up without paying for them. So
I hooked them up without paying for them.
Correct.
Well, how could that be? How could that
I
be?
don't know
And
how
then you're saying I hooked them up, but then you send me a bill? How can you send me a bill for something you never hooked up?
We've been over that.
No, we have not been over that. We have not been.
I'm
asking you a straight question.
Same deal.
No, I've never got an answer. I have never got an answer.
Explained it to him.
This is my 5 minutes. This is my 5 minutes, and you're walking on my time. I'm asking you.
I'm just answering your question.
No, you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question.
You talk to your lawyer about that situation.
No.
We'll talk to our lawyer.
I'm asking you a straight question. I paid for something that I've never received, and that's Vine Street. Over in Vine Street. Why haven't I ever gotten my sewer and water on that? I have somebody who wants to rent that property, but they need water. Why can't you come over and put the water meter in? What about just a water meter? Why won't you install that?
Time's up.
You can't give me an answer for that? Why you won't give me what I paid for?
Okay.
Is my 5 minutes up?
Tina. Let me give you a little update on our sewer deal up in. We got all the paperwork up in Jeff City. And then they wanted a little something else, and I talked to Steve last week. And he had already corrected what they needed and sent back up there. And then I talked to him afterwards, and, he said, we should be hearing any week about the sewer, the money.
Oh, we'll hear about the approval of the funds?
Yeah, on the money. Okay, I wanted to ask the board a little something about, over here at Captain Drive, we have that sewer line. Tina, if you got that, what the engineer sent back to me, was writing on in there. You know, about the cost and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We got that treatment plant on Catherine Drive, where we got the main line down to that, which, that's the one that we hooked up on H, for the health center and all them, and they give us all that money to put that in out there. We got the main line from up by that church, which the church is, at the end of Fairgrounds Road. And we got when you get to that church, coming down that hill, to that, lift station, we have the big line already built. And then we got the big line built from the lift station over there up to on H now I'm talking about now, up to the, commissioner's building there, which is the highway state building. Well, we need to bring our, this sewer project I'm talking about now was in phase 1. We already got the drawing already made, but we had to pull it out because we didn't have quite enough money to do that project over there. So from the treatment plant at Catherine Drive over there, which comes down to Creason's, comes across by a little Head Start building over there. We're right at the corner where you go up, and then we come over on the Firehouse Lane and hit our sewer. We got to bring a line from there over to there. The church over there on Snyder Road is wanting to hook into that project. They're supposed to come back with the amount of money that they could help build that line so that they could hook they're just a little ways, I'm gonna draw it back, this is the front of the building at the highway department building over there next to the health center. Their driveway comes down like this. And that's where this big line goes over to that lift station in there. They have a 6-inch line that comes up here to the front of that building. And the church is right over here. And the church is wanting to hook on here and bring it over to, well, that'd be about maybe 100 feet, it's less than that. And then they'll hit the main that other big line that comes down their driveway. They have a daycare center there. And they gotta do one way or the other, either upgrade that, which is gonna cost them quite a bit of money. And they were wanting to hook into this, but ordinary for us to hook them up. Here, this line's gotta be built from that lift station, that little lagoon station we got down there in Catherine Drive, and come on down there, and then over here into town. Not into town, but across Fairgrounds Road, and right there behind Wimper, where the computer place. That's where we got a sewer line right there, and we dump it into there.
So then does it go into the cities?
It goes into the city. I've been working on that and wanna get the boards, see what they think about it. We gotta do it anyway, if I can come up with enough money to get this project.
Where's the money gonna come from?
But that's what I gotta work
Oh,
on next.
okay.
That's the next project.
Listen,
But I wanted, you know, bring you up to date on what, and if I can come up with enough money to do this project, we gotta do it anyway. It was just, and the money we're gonna get, for, you know, to build down H and all that, you know, it's like Steve said, it would just be more money that we would have left to go down H if we could get some of this year, if we can get this pool. Yep, they've got till the end of the year to get their project in.
so Steve goes out and looks for the money via grants and loans?
Grant, he's
Grants.
with Boomsley.
Yeah.
Sometime we go into a meeting over Ron, and I'll let see if you're available to go.
Okay.
We go,
Does that get rid of the treatment plant?
that gets rid of the treatment plant.
So that's an expense that goes away.
That's worth something.
Huh?
Have you,
That's worth
does
something.
Steve do an economic analysis on that, or he just
What?
reaches in the air and grabs a number and says, I'm gonna save this much money by getting rid of it doesn't cost you anything?
What?
Does he do a return on investment?
What?
We
Oh,
don't-
yeah.
okay.
He has to fix it, that's what, he has to make sure that up at the state gets all of that. Naming, the money we gonna, if we borrow any money from the bank's gotta give us, we gotta give them a financial statement with everything to him. Even to the bank. And Steve gotta come up with a projection. But
Yeah, 'cause it has to make economic sense to do it.
to do any of it, yeah. But this here, I was working on trying to get this in. Before, if we can.
That makes sense.
You know, we gotta do it one way or the other.
Yeah.
We get rid of the treatment plant, and then we can find, maybe somebody will buy that treatment plant, I don't know. It's very
Well,
hard to
that's an
say.
expense we won't have to deal with going forward.
That is correct. It's expensive. And I talked to Steve about it, and he thought it was a good idea if we can get the money put together.
Makes sense.
And one thing that we're saving is we got the engineering part was done by the other engineers. All we done was just pull it out Ron, we built this over here.
Okay. makes
And
sense.
they're looking, and they took it, our new engineer, they took it over with them. And they well, the way the other engineers had it in at that time, you know, was looking at like $300,000 to do it. But we done some figuring since then, and we can back down to less than 200,000. Because the engineer, there's a lot of things in here that we kind of went over. Engineer fee, they had 24,000 in it, the other one. I'm talking about the ones we had before we got the new one. That's been reduced to 15 and less. And, you know, it's lots of things that you gotta do if you go through FHA or them others. Like this inspection, they got $18,000 for inspection. Well, that could be knocked down to maybe $3,000 or $4,000. That all comes out of that.
Okay.
And this 10% they got in there, which is about 23,000, that could be wiped out. I should give you all that. I'll give you. So we had it down 10 to 9, and we figured it the other day back, and I talked with had the engineer too on the phone when I talked about it. We could be down less than $200,000 to build
Everything.
that
That's
line
what we're talking about.
over from the treatment plant down in Cross Creek. Another thing we can take out, if we could get if the county would give us, we don't have to bore. See, they had in there, back up in here, boring across Fairgrounds Road. They had in there, we're all, even down by Creason there, to bore all the way across there. right here. 350 feet to bore. Well, that was way down for Creason, all the way across and cross the highway, across Fairgrounds Road. Well, we could just come up there to cut it without boring, if they let us.
Am I?
Well, it was pretty hard-headed about the other, wasn't it, Jim? Up where you go in the entrance, the second entrance up at the, see, you got one entrance at the fairgrounds, and you got another entrance up by the fairgrounds, second entrance. They made us bore across that little bit, when we had to change it. So, anyway, that's basically, some of that could go back down, see, they got 80,000 in there for boring.
Is that a quote from someone, is that an engineer, where those numbers come from?
From the engineer.
From the engineer?
Yeah.
So he's actually got someone to give him those numbers?
Yeah, they've got, yeah, but it's their number by the way they look at the book.
I got you.
But when you put the bids out, bids could be a lot,
Be a lot different from
lot
that.
different. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
Because
was
people are
saying.
hungry for work now. And I don't, but I'm just saying, that's what I've been working on.
Makes sense.
And if y'all would think we could, want me to keep on going on that project, I will, board. They're gonna have, the money that they're gonna invest in, put in that could cost them $25,000 before you look around to build that over there. They got a daycare center there, and see, it's not the health department, it's the state.
They gotta do something.
They gotta do something by the end of the year, they give them to the end of the year. But I wanted to bring it up, it's for Calvary Church back there.
So they would be contributing something.
Yeah. Yeah, they,
Oh, let's put the numbers together and see what they look like.
that's what I'm saying, I wanna bring that up tonight, that's really not, so, that's about all I have to say. And Lloyd was supposed to be in here, we had some stuff in closed session to talk about, but he hadn't got it, he didn't get here, so I guess we have to skip it to next month. Or unless,
Any new business? Was
This-
that new business?
this,
That was new business.
yeah, I just kinda put it all together while we was talking about sewer. But, if we can get that built under 200,000 now, and with them putting in some money in on towards it, it would save money for us on the other project. Because we gotta do it sometime. But, it would get that, we figured out, the amount of money we each month could go into this project that we're collecting from over there. I think it's
So the project should pay for itself.
it should. But back, get us our money back if we didn't invest out some of our money into it.
Run the numbers to see how they come out.
Okay. Well, that was the main thing that I had to get this meeting called for, because there's some things that we really needed to get done. Tina, you got anything else?
No.
Okay.
So without the lawyer, you can't go to the closed session.
Right, no, because it's very important that we talk about it with the human presence. So,
Nothing else, I make a motion to adjourn.
okay.
I'd like to say one more thing. I need a list of the water meters that
Jesse?
she said I have illegally
Jesse,
installed.
you've had Joe speaking, it's
No,
over.
I'm asking for a list. I've been accused of illegally installing
We
water
went to
meters,
court, but that
and
was-
I would like
that's
to,
it.
like to know
You
which
made a
ones that
motion.
you were talking about.
You, it's been first and second.
Gotta vote. I guess you don't have to vote.
Jim,
Yes.
Charlie,
Yes.
Elsie, Ron.
Yep.
If you want a copy of that, that's what they was talking about, where you can
She gonna get you a copy of the bylaws, Jesse, so you don't have to make a special trip.
Do what?
She's gonna get you a copy of the bylaws.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'd also like to know which water. Elsie, do you understand what I'm being accused of? And I'd like to have a list of the meeting, of the water hookups that I say I've hooked up.
Maybe they'll get you a copy.
Oh, I'm asked for it.
Huh?
You said one on the collar?
Huh?
That's Tom and Bubba. Them two on the collar
On the other part,
at the men's club?
yeah.
Yeah. They said they don't want them on no grass.
That's yours.
Well, they taking it down, don't they?
You better know it.
Thank you. Any way I can get a list of those water meters that you say I illegally hooked up?
Talk to your lawyer, Jim, that's all I'm saying. You get nothing, you talk to your lawyer, we'll give them to our lawyer. Let them talk, we've been through that hundreds of times.
No, we've never finished this thing.
Okay, then we'll go back to court then.
Okay, well, let's go to court.
Okay.
Go ahead and fill out all the papers. If you accuse me of stealing water,
Nobody said you stole anything.
well, what did she say? It's on tape here. I've got it on tape.
Well,
If you say I've illegally hooked up some water meters, I'd like to know which ones they are.
Could you please leave?
Do what?
meeting's over.
The meeting is over.
I would like, I'm requesting it. I'm requesting those meters.
What crew are y'all? I'm going to get me some cucumbers. You going home now?
I gotta go to Walmart first.
I'll come out there tomorrow.